What do I need to do to get my blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? It's one of the most common questions I get asked, and the other coaches here get asked it as well. In this video, I'll finally give you the answer. We'll start with an overview of the different ways gyms promote people to blue belt. Then we'll talk about what we look at, and that's time, skills, and mindset. And in the end of the video, I'm going to give you 3 of the most important points to keep in mind if you want to get your blue belt. So make sure you stick around all the way to the end. How to get your blue belt. This depends a lot on the team you train at and the association you train under. Old school methods would be doing an exam where you have to show a bunch of techniques you learned beforehand in a small group in an exam. Sometimes this is also done under pressure, so with resistance. So sometimes just techniques, sometimes actually applying the techniques against opponents. That's one method. Another common method is the shark tank, where you get thrown into the middle of the mat and you get a fresh opponent every time, and if you survive it, you'll get to the next belt. At Haven BJJ, we do it a little bit differently. We look at 3 main factors: time, skills, and mindset. We'll talk about that in just a bit. Now, after the promotions, there are also some rituals. The most infamous one is the gauntlet, running the gauntlet, where your teammates make 2 lines and you have to run in between those lines as they slap you on your bare back with their belt, just like motor gangs do. And fun fact, the Dutch motor gang, former motor gang Satudara, they actually got it from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because their former leader was a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner. So Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu actually brought it to the motor gangs instead of the other way around. Now that is kind of being cancelled, and I never did it. I never received the gauntlet, so I'm never going to give it to you guys. Another classic method is getting thrown by all the black belts. So you get your belt and then all the black belts will give you a nice throw. At Haven BJJ, we celebrate with a shark tank. So after you get your belt, you're going to go in the middle, and every 1 minute you'll get a fresh opponent to see if you really deserve that belt. So even though you're happy you got the belt, you're still going to be a little bit sad because most likely you're going to get beaten up by fresh teammates every time. Yeah. All right. Then the things we look for in our blue belts, starting with time. Before we go further, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, by the way. Okay, time. Getting to the blue belt takes anywhere from, I'd say, 1.5 to 4 years. And this is very personal. It's more about mat hours than actual years. And if you haven't done any sport for many years, it's going to take a bit longer for your body to get used to jiu-jitsu. So you're best off starting off just 2 times a week, gradually building up to more classes so your body can get used to it. If you're a competitive athlete coming straight from another sport, your body will most likely adjust more easily. So you can right away train 4 to 5 times each week, amassing a lot more mat hours every week. The sweet spot for most people is about 3 to 4 training sessions each week. Especially in the beginning, more is not always better. Give your body time to adjust and slowly increase the volume. Time is not the only factor we look for. We also look at skills. As a blue belt, you'll be an ambassador of our gym and our jiu-jitsu. So we want all our blue belts to be solid in the following 4 points: understanding jiu-jitsu as a whole, defense, pin escapes, and guard retention. The first thing a blue belt should have is understanding of BJJ as a whole. They should know all the main positions and a few moves to do from them from both top and bottom. We also want you to be good at 3 skills specifically: defense, escapes, and guard retention. You should be hard to tap, hard to pin, and hard to pass. And these skills form the base of a good jiu-jitsu game. And if you don't get these, if you don't get good at these at this stage of your jiu-jitsu journey, training can be very frustrating. As a beginner, you'll spend a lot of time on bottom and in bad positions. And these skills help you deal with them, opening the way for the more fun skills you'll focus on later on: submissions, guard passing, and pinning. Third thing we need is mindset. Being an ambassador of the gym goes further than just your jiu-jitsu skills. A lot of it comes down to mindset and behavior. As a blue belt, we expect you to know how to train safely with people from different sizes and different skills. If you're a 100 kilo white belt and you're using all your power to beat up a 50 kg female blue belt to show you're ready for a blue belt, I don't think you're really ready for a blue belt. You should be able to train with people from all different sizes and all different skill levels in a safe way. Next to that, we want you to be a representative of our core values and our house rules. Our core values are quite simple: hard work, teamwork, and constant improvement. If you want, you can watch this video that pops up right now to learn more about them. Then our house rules, they also speak for themselves for most of our members, but it's important that you not only follow them, but you lead by example. So we want you to respect each other. Don't wear footwear on the mats, always off the mats. No jewelry during training. I always struggle with that one. Be on time. Ask the instructor for permission before leaving the mat. Keep your nails clean and short. Maintain good personal hygiene. Wear clean training gear every training. No coaching from the side. And do your best so you and your training partners can make most out of each session. So, time, skills, and mindset. All of these are things we look for in our future blue belts. Now, to finish the video, some very important points to keep in mind. First, difference between competitors and recreational practitioners. If you're a competitor, if you like to go out and compete, we hold you to a higher standard than our recreational practitioners. If your goal is to win tournaments, we want you to win tournaments before you move on to the next belt. Second, it's not about the belt. A lot of people set their blue belt as the main goal in their jiu-jitsu. Those people usually don't make it very far. They either quit when they get the blue belt, or they quit out of frustration because they didn't get the blue belt fast enough. Make improvement your goal, not getting to the next belt. That's going to bring you a lot further. And the third point, trust your coach. At belt promotions, there's always two groups. One group that might think they got promoted a little bit too early. They're not ready for the next belt. You see this especially with competitors or at the higher belt levels. Trust your coach. You're going to go into that belt. Your coaches think you're ready. So live up to them, to their expectations and keep on training. And sometimes you might think that you should have gotten the belt. Well, you didn't. Again, trust your coaches. You might have a lot to learn still at that earlier belt level. And once you get to those higher belt levels, once you get your brown belt, your black belt, you're only going to wish you spent more time at those lower belt levels. Okay, so don't rush it. Trust your coach. There you have it. Most important points, how to get your blue belt. If you have any other questions regarding belts, promotions, skill development, anything else, please leave them in the comments and I'll be happy to address them in a future video. Again, if you like the video, like, subscribe, and see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.